All right, today I'm gonna be doing a commentary on. Shit, I guess we can call her the golf lady and the tennis lady. The lady's almost 60 years old. She looks like she's about 60 years old, and she's talking about non-negotiables. So here go the video. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Leave it in the comments. Here we go.
So I was on the tennis court and I get a text. I wear an Apple Watch. I get a text from someone I have never met and never gone out with before. We have not even been on a first date, and he wrote me a text that says, "Good morning, sunshine." I felt sick to my stomach. That is love bombing. That is inappropriate. That is not cool. Like, that is ick. Oh my God, that's an ick. I just got the icks. These are my dating non-negotiables. Everybody has their own list. This is mine. So I don't like tattoos. It's not my thing. So tattoos is on my list as a non-negotiable. I don't like smoking. I don't want to kiss an ashtray. I am a smoker, actually. I don't like to be around smoking because I get tempted to smoke cigarettes. But I also don't like the smell. I don't want it in my hair. I don't want it on my clothes. So smoking for me is a non-negotiable. I am sober. So I don't mind being around someone that drinks, but if drinking is their whole personality, that's a non-negotiable for me. I don't want to sit in bars and drink. And as a matter of fact, the last guy I dated, every time we went out to eat, he wanted to sit at the bar. It was such a red flag. We never sat at a table. So that's kind of a non-negotiable to me. If I'm going to give my time to go on a date with you, I want to sit across the table from you, have a conversation, get to know you. I don't need to sit at the bar. I don't need to sit at the sushi bar. I think if you've been married for 20 years and you're interested in chatting with the people around you, sure, sit at the bar. Nothing wrong with it. You're by yourself on a Friday night, sit at the bar. I don't want to go on a date and sit at the bar. So that's a non-negotiable for me. Bad communication in terms of texting is a non-negotiable. If we have plans, I don't hear from you until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I like regular adult communication, and that could include, how's your day going? Like a check-in. What are you up to tonight? What are your plans? What are you thinking? Just anything, like a check-in, just to feel connected, to say hello. Some men are not into that. I work full-time, so I feel like if I can make the time during my workday, you can certainly make the time to send a text or respond to a text. So mature, adult, regular communication is important to me in a relationship. Not in the early dating stages. Like, I'm guilty of, in the early dating stages, going home and going to bed and watching Netflix saying that I'm out for dinner because I just want to seem, you want to play a little hard to get, right? So I have been known to do that. I've been known to say that I'm busy because I have dinner plans and go home and watch Netflix. What else are my non-negotiables? Dress. For me, appearance is very important. I put a lot of effort into how I look, into fitness, into eating right, into taking care of myself, into a youthful appearance. I put a lot of effort into it. So I want to be someone that appreciates it and also puts the effort in themselves. I don't like that untucked shirt look. I don't like jeans with a big untucked shirt. I like a pants and a belt and a tuck.
I think we all get the picture with this lady. Shirts out my pants, I guess I'm disqualified. You breathe too hard, you're disqualified. If you don't hit up before 4 o'clock, you're disqualified. If you don't got a headboard on your bed, you're disqualified. If you ain't got a good set of towels in your bathroom, you're disqualified. If you live with somebody, you're disqualified. If you can't cook, you're disqualified. If you sit to the bar, you're disqualified. If you order too much to eat, you're disqualified. If you put too much sauce on your food, you're disqualified. If you didn't work out before you came and you look like you get gaining weight, you're disqualified. I mean, you don't have to be a fitness model or anything, but You got to kind of take care of yourself. That's what she said, guys. So about anything you do wrong with this lady, you disqualified. And you wonder why the men don't want to date. She's going to die by herself. She's trying to disqualify everybody. And she's the one that's disqualified from all the men she wants because of her age and the fact that she don't have nothing to offer but her attitude and a bunch of non-negotiables, so she says. So who wants that? Nobody. Ain't nobody coming. The men walking by her every day on the golf course, I mean, I could barely take listening to it. It just sounds crazy. And this is a lot of the women out there. You disqualified. You disqualified. You disqualified. You disqualified. I'm disqualifying you. You're disqualified. Fuck that, okay? She's disqualified, her whole ass. She just don't seem to get it. So here, let's flip this coin over. If you don't give up the booty, you disqualified. If you can't cook, you disqualified. If you ain't got a place for the man to come, you disqualified. If you don't answer your phone when he call you, you disqualified. If you say something I don't like and you start talking crazy, you disqualified. If you don't wear a dress and I like dresses, you disqualified. If you got on too much makeup and not just enough, you disqualified. If you don't hit me up before 4, but after 3:30, you disqualified. So, no, bro. I think you guys get the point. She's gonna die by herself, bro. She better go ahead and pick out her birds, her dog, whatever her favorite pet is. And she better get him a lifetime supply of food. And he might get disqualified. But you get my point.
If you're going on a date, I'd like to see a dress shirt. Don't meet me for a date in a golf shirt. A dress shirt. I don't mind shorts. I live in South Florida. A cute pair of shorts and a dress shirt and a nice pair of loafers. Totally cute. I like that sort of preppy club wear look. So tank tops, gym shorts, Nike wear, that's all a non-negotiable to me. Let's see, what else? Overeating. Overeating is a non-negotiable for me. If you are not taking care of yourself, you are going out to eat dinner and eating every piece of bread in the basket, but you're not fit and trim and you haven't worked out today. If you've got, if you could maybe get into a little bit of better shape, and you're ordering the most sauce-laden, high-calorie entree on the menu, plus an appetizer, plus eating all the bread, it's just a turn-off to me. It's
2 videos I've seen with her. First, let's deal with the first one that I saw. She was saying that a guy told her good morning sunshine and they gave her the X. You see, this is why men are not showing up to the dating events, ladies. You guys are becoming very, very difficult. You take something that's simple and you make it a difficult thing. What is he supposed to say? It's already hard enough to date because you guys are making it hard. Now, because he said good morning sunshine, well, he likes her. He's looking to have something with her. He's not looking to be her friend. What is he supposed to say? Just good morning? If he would have said that too soon or too late, she got time frames with stuff gonna go in. 4 o'clock, you gotta be before 4 o'clock to say hello. If not, it's this. Listen, that lady's gonna die alone. That lady is going to die alone. Then she's talking about her non-negotiables. She obviously used to smoke and she used to drink. Or she still drinks, but she doesn't smoke. She just stopped smoking. That's what I get from what I'm hearing. And she has the nerves at 60 years old, to have non-negotiables. And the price that she's asking for, when a man got to wear a shirt tucked in, it's like you get a job interview and just talking to her gives me a headache just hearing her. I'm going to tell you this. She can have whatever she wants, but let me explain it to you ladies like this. You have the market, okay? This is important what I'm going to say. You have the market. Okay. In the market, the women are the sellers, the men are the buyers. The buyers determine the price of what the sellers are selling because the buyers are the market. It's what the people are willing to pay that you can sell something for. I'll give you an example of that so we're clear. Let's say you have a Honda Accord and you want to sell your Honda Accord for $50,000. And let's say this Honda Accord is a 2010 and you want to sell it for $50,000. And you have an overinflated price of what you feel your Honda Accord is worth. Okay. Translation, you're selling yourself and the price you're asking the men to have before talking to you. So let me make sure you understand it. So we just use it in the car so that everybody can get it. So let's say you want to sell your Honda Accord and you say, well, this is my car. I can put whatever price I want on it. You're absolutely right. You can. And the buyers will not buy it. Let me explain why. If you're overinflating your value, here's how you know that it's not worth what you think it is, because no one is buying it. Why would the men pay $50,000 for your 2010 when he can get a 2025 or 2023 for $25,000 to $30,000? If he can get a 2023, a 2025 for $25,000 to $30,000, and you're talking about $50,000 for your vehicle, why would he buy yours when he can just get the new one? He can just get the new one. He can get it brand new. He can get it brand new with low miles. Maybe one owner, two owners with low miles. And the whole market, when you look on the market, they're all going for $25,000, $23,000, $28,000, $29,000, $27,000. Understand, this is what they're being sold for. And then you're asking for $50,000. You're never going to sell it. You're never going to sell it. The buyers determine the price. The value of what you're selling is what they're willing to pay for it and what the last one sold for. So when they're looking at, it's just like being in a housing community. Your house is going to go for whatever the lowest one in the community sold for. So now you can put an overinflated price on there if you want to, but no one's going to buy it. You're just going to basically rust out, cobweb out, and it's going to go to waste, which is what a lot of the older women was happening to them now anyway. Okay, let's get back on to it. So now you understand that the buyers determine the price. A woman can say she's a 10. Translation, a woman can say she's a 10. That's her opinion. Her friends can say she's a 10. That's their opinion. They're your friends. But the men are saying she's a 3. It's important what the men think because the men are the ones that are doing the buying. And if you don't care about the people you're catering to, what you're selling to, then you're never going to sell anything. You're not going to be successful and you're not going to do well. You have to cater to the market. So now let's go back into this after we just explained that. Let's get back into this. This lady is pretty much 60 years old. Okay. And she's talking about non-negotiables. Her value's all the way gone. There's no more to get out of that. She's actually talking like she was in a marriage. For whatever reason, she left her husband. I don't know that situation, but that's what it seems like. She left her husband. Her husband lived a pretty good life that she could golf and tennis. And she left with, I guess some money. And she's sitting there talking about what she wants the guy to dress like, what he can eat, if he has too much to eat. If he says good morning, sunshine, that's a problem. If he says something to her past 4 o'clock, that's a problem. If he smokes, that's a problem. If he don't tuck his shirt in his pants, that's a problem. If he has tattoos, that's a problem. And she's and all these demands she's making, and she's not even a piece of what any of those guys are. What she's failing to understand, and this is why she will die alone, those men can afford her steep price. He can buy anything on the market. Why would he take the old vehicle when he can get the new one? With lesser miles, lesser already done, lesser you got to tuck your shirt in, less problems, less headache, less I don't feel like doing that. Oh, I want to eat here today. She's talking like she is still with her husband and not understanding the reality hasn't set in that you're on the market. And the men aren't going to buy that vehicle. They don't want it. If he can choose and he has the choice and he has the money, she wants a nice lifestyle. She got the wrong thing. She should have done that 30, 40 years back. Not here. She way too late. She gonna stay single. Ain't no men, even the men that golf with her, it don't matter what color they are, they're not gonna accept her. Now, the men she could probably qualify for is the dudes that she don't want. The fat guy that don't want to tuck in his shirt. The guy that's out of shape. The really old guy that's out of shape. Those are the men she qualified for. She's disqualifying those men, and she wants a guy that's in decent shape. Ain't no man gonna want her that's in decent shape. He gonna want a younger, nicer looking woman. She's slim. She's talking about how she exercises. That's great, but you don't have what the men are looking for. The men in her age group don't want her. They would rather have a younger woman if they want a woman at all. They're not going to choose her. She's coming in with too many demands, too many preferences, too many things she thinks she can say, and she doesn't realize that her value is gone. She's delusional. She's living in imaginary land. Her value is gone. Her best years left a long time ago. That plane took off, left the runway years ago. Ain't no more planes flying on that runway no more. That plane done shut down, been put in the antique side of the airport, and they got a newer version out now that can do more stuff. She's out of her league. Ain't nobody coming. Ain't nobody coming. And it's just what it is. I mean, people don't have to like it, but it's true. She ain't going nowhere. Nobody's just buying that. They'll take her out on a date the most, and as soon as she start making her complaints, they're going to say, man, look at this old ass lady over here talking all this shit. And she ain't got no physical shape, no nothing, compared to the younger women. And he can afford the younger women. He can still get the younger women. Why would he take her? He's not. Men with money don't want that. She's a woman that has had a nice life. She's a woman that comes from money. But what she don't understand is men with money don't want a woman that comes from money. Because she's coming in being high maintenance, too expensive. And she ain't even what they want. Nobody's going to pay that. It's an outrageous price. She needs to understand her value, lower her standards a lot. Be a lot more negotiable and a lot more workable and a lot more cooperative. She's just gonna have to make some sacrifices. She's gonna have to lower her standards a whole lot, and she'll be lucky to get a guy with a heartbeat or a pulse. I'm not gonna lie, just the truth. That's a lady that's got cats or dogs and birds, and she gonna die with those. It's just it's not in the cards for her. And somebody need to tell her, because she just don't seem to get it. Ain't no man coming for her. Ain't no man checking for her. They'll take her out, but she might get a date or two, and that's it. She's gonna disqualify him before she even gets started and not even realize that her value's gone. You ain't in no position to negotiate and make no demands. You in a cooperating position. Everybody, your bus and terminal left. Ain't nobody at your station. Nobody. The bus don't even stop where you at no more. It don't stop there no more. There ain't no shuttles coming your way. Nothing. Everything passing you by. And it just, people like that, man, it's crazy. When you hear a person making them kind of demands and you 60-something years old, you ain't got no shape, no hips, no curves, nothing. You just a slim little lady that come from money, and you think because you come from money and you're educated that that's going to get you a guy with that money. The men with money don't want you. They don't. They would have wanted you if you was with them building up. They don't want you at 60 years old when they're at the top of their thing. They want a woman that they can enjoy some eye candy to look at. That's not it. That's like a Wicked Witch of the West, like a mean school teacher. You know, that's the vibe I get. You know, like she's too hard up, man. She's just, you know, she could be a nice lady, but she don't seem nice to be either. You know, she's not very lenient with things and don't realize that it's over for you. It's curtains. It's a wrap. That's it. All the lights got shut off. The power got cut from the building. Ain't nobody coming to see that play. Ain't no tickets being sold. That was way back 30 years ago. It's over for you. The band packed it up and left. They took the plane flight, cross country, and they on another continent playing somewhere else. So they've been over there for a bunch of years playing. Ain't coming back here. It's over for you. So, you know, I just had to say that because her attitude was not good either, you know, with all these demands and talking about what she wanted, and her list that she got that, you know, she won't accept certain things. Wow. That's all I gotta say is good luck and deuces.